Hello and happy Friday. I'm at the dentist today, but you guys have loads of resources, including this video of me. So let's quickly just list the resources you have, because I don't want any of you thinking that because I'm gone, you have to guess. You don't have to guess. You have the assignment sheet that you downloaded and have taken some notes on. You have your Notes.East Asia that you've been adding to for 2 whole weeks now. You have the rubric and the rubric, I switched. But there are 2 copies, like right here on the walls for you. There's a listing of how to do a citation, and there are all of the helpful resources on Schoology, including a copy of this video. All right. Oh, also you have a partner. Hey. So fantastic. Your job today is to get finished as much of the writing as you can. So the last piece of that is likely symbolism. So let's go ahead and walk through. Go ahead, pause this video for like 2 minutes, whole class. And what I want you to do while it's paused is to work with your partner to organize all of that painting information that you have into 3 sections: basic information, methods, and then analysis, theme, and symbol. And pause me. We're back. So let's go ahead and walk through to the next thing. Okay, so you guys remember from yesterday, I had that whole illustration of Singing by the Plum Garden. All right, I've got the artist's name right here. but I don't quite know what type of painting it is because it's not listed. Or where it's created, or its current location, or honestly anything. Now then, if this is you, do not fret. I'm going to quickly show you how to fill in some easy gaps with just some research tricks. Thing number 1, I want to know where the hell this was created. First, I look at this and I just kind of suspect it's a woodcut, right? So I'm going to go ahead and check that out. As for created, I have another cool trick. So the first thing that we are going to need, bam, is we're just going to look our guy up on Wikipedia. Just paste the artist's name in there. Shush, donate button, shush, shush. I know 'tis the season, right? And I did that. So I go ahead and I read all this down and I'm like, all right, so this guy has, he has 2 names. That's worth knowing for when I'm doing research. Japanese painter, widely regarded, prolific woodblock artist. Bam! All right. If he's a prolific woodblock artist, it looks like a woodcut. It's cut like a woodcut, right? Blah, blah, blah. It's a duck. So I know that. I'll look for better evidence if I can, but it's probably just a woodcut, and I'll be able to just fill that in. Chenikobu signed his art, but his artist thinks the artist's real name was this. And it was published in his obituary. Fascinating. Obituaries are really good for telling you everything, every place a person lived, so we might come back to that. But let's see. Got all of these. Portrait of the Emperor Meiji. Fantastic. He was in the army for a little while. All right. But in 1875, okay, well, I want to know where this was created. And it's created just 13 years after that. So let's see. He decided to make a living as an artist. Cool. He traveled to Tokyo. He found work under this thing. In addition, he practiced other artworks. It doesn't have a single thing in here about him ever leaving Tokyo. So I'm going to go ahead and say Tokyo, because I don't know if you guys know this about painting, but it's really hard to do it more than about this far away from you. Is this paint? All right. So cool. We've got that together then. So let's go ahead and look at the list, right? It's almost assuredly woodblock's going to be wood block, and then created Tokyo. Which I'm trying to pad my word count, so I'm on Japan. Amazing. Where the hell is it now? Great question. No idea. Let's find out. All right. Well, for this one, I don't need the artist anymore. What I need is the painting, because that guy's dead. Let's see if I can just find this as this Just Wiki information. Nah. Oh, well, the likelihood that it's in Boston is super high. If the first thing I find is the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston. So let's go ahead and take a look. Great. Oh, I even know that it was made in December, which neat. It's on the right sheet on, oh, this is ink. It is a woodblock print, really just directly. And I will be even more specific with my copy pasty skills. Bam. Ooh, fancy business. And then, let's see. And it's right, yeah, it's not on view, but it is in their collection. So booyah, it's in Boston. And I will spell Boston correctly. Yay. So, technical difficulty fixed. All right, so landscapes. Landscapes are not just like literal. People don't just go like, oh, there's a mountain and I will therefore paint it exactly as the mountain is, like a photograph. Nah, son. Also, you're the Instagram generation. You know about filters. Shh. So landscape paintings are much more than that. Like, they're expressions of emotion. And so there's this really common practice then and honestly throughout the art world to withdraw into nature, to like go and like contemplate like big ideas. Amazing. Go do that. All right. So, all right. Like, some of the things are a little more rickety, but like you'll notice that a lot of these landscapes are really dreamlike. And so that symbolism will start to feel a little bit like hermitage or loneliness. Those are all pretty common themes. All right, so let's talk a little bit about plants more generally. So from plum blossoms to lotus flowers, right? Plum blossoms symbolizes the arrival of spring as well as like perseverance and purity. And the lotuses are associated with Buddhism. They're a symbol of both feminine beauty and purity. Chrysanthemums are a symbol of longevity and wealth. Bamboo with a sharp mind. Oh, there actually is no lotus in here. Sorry. Chrysanthemum, bamboo, plum blossom, and orchid are these. But bamboo is associated with scholars and serenity. Right. Together, these four plants at the bottom were called like the four gentlemen, and they also symbolize the seasons, right? Cool. There are a lot of ways to read this, though. So when we talk about theme in art is just like theme in books, in that there are a lot of different themes you can get from the exact same work, right? And they're usually really large ideas like war or love or loss or longing or gaiety, you know, stuff. So these are also often messages about life and society and human nature. And you're starting to see, oh, I see why this is the section that makes it an A. Yes, this is why it's the section that makes it an A. So it's usually implied rather than explicitly stated. Like people don't really say the theme of this work, right? Ironically, Star Wars is one of the least subtle things I could find, but here it is. So the subject of a work and the theme of the work are not the same, right? The battle between, like the subject of Star Wars is like the battle between the Galactic Empire and the Rebel Alliance, but the themes are moral ambiguity and the conflict between like technology and nature, which is a bit different, right? So some common themes in art include, I'm going to put myself over the Star Wars thing, conflict and adversity, freedom and authority, heroes and leaders, humans and the environment, identity and religion. It is never going to be enough to say religion. You will always need to identify which one as you're talking about why, right? Cool. All right. One of the things about theme is that you will likely not be wrong about a theme if you take your time with a piece and you can justify your thinking. If you can explain to me why you think that, you're probably right. Theme is harder than other elements and builds from them, so make sure before you even touch theme, you finished everything else first. All right, so let's talk about like the lines and like the doobly-doos, because people love composition, right? So in art, for composition, what you want to do is you want to think about how elements are arranged and how they're composed, right? Like this grid of 9 shows a really perfect example of like the division of space, right? That makes that road really lead into the sunset. The use of light is working very well to this exact same effect. Now, composition goes in both method and analysis. The composition can be part of the symbolism. So, please go ahead after I finish talking and just pause the video so that you guys will be able to see all the steps, because I need you to complete these in order. Don't skip things, all right? Do you have all 6 basic information questions answered? Do you have at least a C in research? Because none of your other research matters if you don't have all the basic info. Do you have a discussion of methods, composition, elements, colors, etc.? Oh yeah, as for basic info, if you're going to say a painting is anonymous, that's fine, but I need somebody cooler than you to verify that it's anonymous, never submitted with a work, or unknown. No one knows who made this, right? Verify that things are unknown, right? Don't just leave things blank. Cool. All right, so do you discuss the methods, the composition, the elements, the colors, etc.? Does your work include at least one inference about the piece? Just one. Does it have a citation? Is it perfect? Is it Chicago? Good. Do you discuss themes or symbolisms at all? Or symbolism at all, right? That's that A in analysis. Is everything you need finished? Is it proofed? Is it ready to print? Sketch a rough draft of your poster's layout on regular paper when all of the other writing is done. Make sure that all of that writing is shared between you and your partner, because the first thing that you're going to do next week is you are going to submit it to Turnitin and generate a similarity report. If you're using quotes, make sure that they're nice and short. There should be majority you talking. All right, guys. With that, I'm going to leave the good list here, and I will see you on Monday. Bye.